Good evening, everybody, and welcome into our swearing-in ceremony for 2025 post our recent local government elections. Council would like to show its respect and acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land in which we meet and pay our respects to elders past and present. Before we commence tonight's swearing-in ceremony with 5 councillors to take their seat across the table, I'd just like to give a word of thanks to the previous council who represented the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder. 2 years goes very quick, and during that 2-year journey, the following 2 years tends to get set up. The fruits of that journey will continue to progress for the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder over the course of this next term and beyond into the future. We now have a very solid stepping stone moving forward, and I'd like to give thanks to those that were part of that particular council previously, as we welcome in a new council tonight. I'd also like to pass on my thanks to Councillor Lyndon Brownlee, who tendered his resignation post the last ordinary council meeting, and thank him for his experience and knowledge, particularly in depth around community issues here within our city. I'd also like to thank Councillor Nadia Turner for her commitment and dedication during her time, and it's commendable the level of input that Councillor Turner contributed to her role as councillor for the city. And with that, I'm now excited to see the next 2 years. Our swearing-in ceremony will be conducted quite quickly this evening, and we'll move into a special council meeting following that. In order of those elected this evening, I'd call your name up. You'll come up just here to the microphone. There is a short piece that you will be required to read, your declaration to become an elected member. You'll read that, you'll sign that, you'll fill in all the details, and you'll state a short little speech here tonight. So without much further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Richard House up first to be sworn in for the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder.
No pressure. Okay, I, Richard Hulse of Salisbury Road, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, declare that I take the office upon myself with all duly, faithfully, honestly, and with integrity. Fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best judgment and ability. Will observe the code of conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995. Declared at the Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025.
Congratulations to now Councillor of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder.
Thank you very much.
Please, I'll take that, and your seat is just over here. Thank you.
Okay, no speeches?
So, yep, go for it. A couple of words.
Right. I have a couple of words because I'd like to thank, first of all, my mum and dad, really, particularly my mum, because she's given me my ability to argue a lot, and I really appreciate that, Mum, so thank you. Also, like to thank my sons, my boys. They've dropped me off here today. For some reason, they didn't want to hang out. Wasn't cool enough for them, but that's okay. So I appreciate that. But most of all, I appreciate everybody who voted for me. I really do. Honestly, I didn't think that I would get as many votes as I did. And quite honestly, I thought that maybe a seat wasn't even possible. So I'm very humbled by the amount of votes. And look, I'm going to do my best. I will make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Hopefully not too big of mistakes, but I'm genuine to say this, that unity around this table is essential. It's going to be going forward because we've got some real big issues. We've got some really, really big social issues, big developments, all these things coming up really quickly. So look, I'm happy to work with everybody to get the job done, and I know we can. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the opportunity, Glenn. And more importantly, I appreciate the opportunity to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Take that. Our second elected, Terence Winner. Congrats, mate. That's one yours. And then you just need to fill the requesting minutes. You just have to read it out.
Beautiful. Thank you. I, Terence Winner of 19 McCleary Street, have been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office of the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the local code of conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995. 1995, declared at the Kalgoorlie Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025. Appreciate it. I do want to say a few words tonight. I want to begin by saying how truly honoured and humbled I am to continue serving as a councillor for our community. It's been an enormous privilege that I don't take lightly, and I'm deeply grateful for the trust that our residents have placed in me to represent them for another term. To the people of our community, thank you. Whether you voted for me this time, offered a kind word, or simply shared your thoughts about how to make our city a better place, please know that your voice matters and that I'm here to keep listening and working hard for you. I would also like to thank my parents, brothers and extended family for their ongoing encouragement, time and support. And to Renee and my 3 amazing girls, thank you for your love, patience and unwavering support. As we all know, to be a councillor impacts not just us personally, but it impacts our families in a massive way. And they have always been by my side through every campaign, every late night meeting and every challenge. To those who have supported me not only during this election, but throughout my time on council, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your belief in me over the years has meant more than words can express. And finally, I want to acknowledge and congratulate all the candidates who put their hands up at this year's election. It takes courage and commitment to stand for council, and our community is better because of your willingness to contribute and offer your ideas. While I am deeply sad to have lost a highly valued and hard-working councillor in Nadia Turner and former councillor Lyndon Brownlee before her, I'm very excited by the opportunity to work with our 2 newest councillors and have their views and ideas added to the collective mix. As I begin the next term, I'm as motivated as ever to keep working together, to listen and to make decisions which will help shape the strong and inclusive, thriving community that we all love. Thank you.
Yeah, this one. Our third elected is Karla Viskovich. Congratulations. You just have to add your address in there and sign it.
Okay.
And then read it.
Okay. Okay. I, Karla Viskovich of Aslet Drive, Kalgoorlie, have been elected to the office of Council of the City Kalgoorlie-Boulder. Declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the code of conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995, declared at Kalgoorlie Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025. I need to sign it. Thank you. Thank you. Just a couple of words. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported me throughout this election. To those who voted, reached out, messaged and encouraged me along the way, every bit of support has meant so much, and I'm so grateful to be standing here tonight, continuing to represent my community. To all my family, especially my husband, Matt, thank you for always backing me, for your patience and your understanding the time and energy this role takes. I honestly couldn't do it without you. Serving on council is a privilege, and I'm committed to continuing the work we've started, making decisions that are balanced, practical, and in the best interest of the people who live and invest here. I'm really proud of what we've achieved so far, and I'm excited about what's ahead. Thank you again to everyone who's believed in me. I'll keep showing up, doing the work, and representing this community with integrity and commitment. Congratulations to all other councillors.
And you get to move around.
I do.
Our fourth elected is Vanessa Walker-Dunstan. Congratulations. It's yours. Just need to add you in here, just your address, and sign there, and then just read it. You can sign it. Yeah, that's fine. And then you just have to read that.
I, Vanessa Walker-Dunstan of 132 Burke Street, have been elected to the office of City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder. Declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people of the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under the Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995. Declared at Kalgoorlie Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025. Thank you. I would like to thank everyone who took the time to vote for me. I hope that with you putting your trust in me, I can be a good representative for our community. I'd like to congratulate all of the other elected councillors and the candidates for being involved in putting yourselves forward for the election. I look forward to working with all of you. I'd like to thank Nadia Turner and Linda Brownlee for all of their hard work during their time on the council. It's much appreciated. I'd like to thank my husband, family and friends for the encouragement, for encouraging me to become a candidate, and for all of your support throughout the campaign. To all of the supporters who allowed me to put up corflutes, and for those that did letter drops for me, I am very grateful and really appreciate your efforts and kindness. I now look forward to my time on the council and being a voice for our city. I am humbled and honoured, and I thank everyone for the opportunity.
Congratulations again. Feel free to take your seat. Declared fifth in our recent election, Deborah Bodica. Congratulations, Deb. Just let's put your address in there, please. And sign it now. So easy, and then you read it. This one's yours.
Oh, thank you very much. I, Deborah Fay Bodica of 26 Hare Street, Kalgoorlie, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995, declared at Kalgoorlie Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025.
It's that, please.
Yeah, thank you. Like everybody else, I feel very honoured to have been elected once again in our recent local government elections, and I would like to thank my hard-working and very supportive husband, Rog, who is always there for me, along with all of our many friends and the voters of Kalgoorlie-Boulder who voted for me and who allowed me to put posters in their windows and corflutes on their businesses and in their homes. I would also like to congratulate Rick Holst, Terence Winner, Carla Viskovich and Vanessa Walker-Dunstan, and look forward to working with you all around the table. I would like to acknowledge the work that Nadia Turner and Lyndon Brownlee undertook within their roles as councillors and wish them all the very best for their future endeavours and thank them for their commitment and their service. I would like to also congratulate all of the candidates in the 2025 local government elections here in Kalgoorlie-Boulder, because it takes a lot to stand up and nominate and have a voice for any level of government. My family first arrived in Kalgoorlie-Boulder in 1896, so I'm a fifth generation Kalgoorlie-Boulderite, chasing their dreams of finding gold, and we've been here ever since, so I have this city very close to my heart. I was born in the city, I've raised my 5 children in the city too. Over the years, I've seen this community grow and thrive, and we definitely want to keep this momentum up for future generations. Kalgoorlie-Boulder still has so much potential, and we have to ensure that the right decisions are made and that we'll see good outcomes for all of the community. As you know, we can never make any promises when we're elected, but I will ensure that I speak up without fear or favour to act and make the right decisions over my next term of office for the residents and ratepayers in Kalgoorlie-Boulder. Thank you.
Congratulations again to our newly elected councillors, our new councillors and those who are returning. We'll take a short couple of moments before we commence our special council meeting to elect a deputy mayor. That's our first order of business. Thank you again to those who have put their hand up to represent the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, those who are obviously candidates who are successful, and also to those who weren't. As mentioned, it does take courage for people to stand up for their community, so well done to all. And folks, we will have just a short break before our special council meeting in just a few minutes. Good evening and welcome to our special council meeting for tonight, the 20th of October 2025. Following the swearing in of our councillors, we now have our special council meeting with one item on the meeting tonight, and that is the election of Deputy Mayor. I open tonight's meeting at 6:25 p.m, and on behalf of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on this land in which we meet this evening. I'd also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. As there are some folks who are in the gallery tonight, I'll read the disclaimer and also the policy in relation to the City's public participation. Please note this meeting is being recorded and streamed live on the Council's website in accordance with the City's public participation in Council meeting policy, which can be viewed on Council's website. All reasonable care is taken to maintain your privacy. However, as a visitor in the public gallery, your presence may be recorded. By remaining in the public gallery, it is assumed your consent is given if your image is broadcast. The recommendations contained in this agenda are officers' recommendations only, should only be acted upon until Council has resolved to adopt those recommendations. Resolutions of Council should be confirmed by perusing the minutes of Council at which these recommendations were considered. And members of the public should also note that they act at their own risk if they enact any resolution prior to receiving official written notification of Council's decision. In attendance tonight, Councillor Bodica, welcome back and good evening to you. Councillor Winner, welcome back and good evening to you. Councillor Della, good evening to you. Happy birthday. Councillor Johnson, good to have you here tonight. Thank you. Councillor O'Donnell, welcome back to the meeting procedures. Councillor Viskovich, congratulations and welcome back. Councillor House, good evening to you and welcome. Councillor Walker-Dunstan, good evening to you. We have all councillors in attendance this evening. Alongside our staff, Andrew Bryan, our CEO, Francis Liston, our Director of Governance and Organisational Strategy, Mayor Hicks, our Director of Advocacy and Strategy, Guian Rumboard, who's the Director of Finance, People and Culture, Adam Streeline, who's our Director of City and Community. Welcome, Adam, to your second now meeting. Cassie Agee is our Director of Corporate and Commercial. Louis Camparelli is our Director of Engineering. Also joining us tonight is Susie Beamish, our Coordinator of Governance. Our Acting Executive Assistant to the CEO at the moment is Ella Boromai. Ella, welcome along. Jamie Boyes is our Governance Officer. We've also had Matt Pearson, who's been helping us out, our IT Cyber Security Analyst. We have three visitors in the gallery, two members of the press, including Kobe, who's with us as well tonight from the City. No apologies from elected members, no apologies from members of staff. There is no leave of absence. Councillors, there is no notations of interest this evening received. Unless, of course, you wish to place one now. Any notations of interest? No, thank you. Tonight we have one item on the agenda, and that is the election of Deputy Mayor. It's a little bit wordy, but I'll read through for you. In accordance with Schedule 2.3 of the Local Government Act 1995 WA Act, the election of office of the Deputy Mayor is to be undertaken at the first meeting of Council after an ordinary election day, that being tonight. The Deputy Mayor is appointed for a 2-year term concluding on the date of the 2027 ordinary local government election. Council is asked to undertake a secret ballot in accordance with the following process extracted from Division 2 of Schedule 2.3 of the Act. I'll read that for you tonight just to reiterate. Deputy Mayor or Deputy President elected as following. Point 8.1, the Council is to elect a councillor other than the Mayor to fill the office. Point 2, the election is to be conducted by the CEO in accordance with the procedure described. Point 3, nominations for the office are to be given to the CEO in writing before the meeting or during the meeting before the close of nominations. Nominations close, point 4, at the meeting at the time announced by the CEO, which is to be sufficient time after the announcement by the CEO that nominations are about to close to allow for any nominations made to be dealt with. Point 5, if a councillor is nominated by another council member, the CEO is not to accept the nomination unless the nominee has advised the CEO, orally or in writing, that they are willing to be nominated for the office. Point 6, the council members are to vote on the matter by secret ballot as if they were electors voting at an election. Point 7, subject to Clause 9.1, the votes cast under Subclause 6 are to be counted and the successful candidate determined in accordance with Schedule 4.1, which deals with determining the result of an election as if those votes were cast at an election. Point 8, as soon as is practical, after the result of the election is known, the CEO is to declare and give notice of the result in accordance with regulations, if any. Point 9, votes may be cast a second time if and when the votes are cast under Clause 8.6 are counted and there is an equal number of votes between two or more candidates who are the only candidates in or remaining in the count is to be discontinued and the meeting is to be adjourned for not more than 7 days. Under 9.2, any nomination for the office may be withdrawn and further nominations may be made before or when the meeting resumes. 9.3, when the meeting resumes, the council members are to vote again on the matter by secret ballot as if they were electors voting at an election. And 9.4, the votes cast under subclause 3 are to be counted, and if those votes are a successful candidate determined in accordance with Schedule 4.1 as if those votes were votes cast at an election. The call for nominations. The Mayor will call for nominations for Deputy Mayor along with any nominations already received. There will be a statement by each nominee. Each nominee will be provided with an opportunity to present their case for election. The election will then be conducted by secret ballot. The CEO will be the returning officer for the election of Deputy Mayor and will conduct the ballot by secret vote. Voting will be conducted on an optional preferential basis in accordance with Schedule 4.1 of the Local Government Act. Therefore, the process will be as follows. Councillors will be asked to write their votes in order of their preference, with 1 being the first preference and so on. Point 2, once votes have been collected by the CEO, the Director of Governance and Organisational Strategy and the Coordinator of Governance, who will count the votes. Point 3, the first preference votes for each candidate will be tallied and entered. Point 4, if there is a majority from first preference votes, that candidate will be elected Deputy Mayor. Point 5, if no majority is established, the second count occurs, the lowest scoring candidate will be eliminated and the votes will be distributed to the next preference on the ballot paper. This will be repeated until a majority can be recorded against one candidate. Mr. CEO, do you have any nominations for the role of Deputy Mayor?
Mr. Mayor, none in writing at this point in time.
Are there any nominations for the role of Deputy Mayor? Councillor Winner, Councillor Della, any further nominations? Councillor House? No further nominations? The ballot will be conducted with Councillor Terence Winner, Councillor Kirsty Della and Councillor Richard House. On your sheet of paper, you have the chance to write your vote, councillors. Once completed your vote, it will be required to be collected by the CEO, who will take it away for counting purposes. Councillors, just to reiterate, it is preferential voting as well. We have 3 nominees, again, Councillor Terence Winner, Councillor Kirsty Della and Councillor Richard House, conducted as per the election on a preferential basis. So, councillors, please cast your votes. Sorry, yes, that's a very, very important piece, Mr. CEO. In order of that, Councillor Terence Winner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Stay seated for this is fine. Thank you very much.
You'll have to rise because we haven't... Yep.
Thank you. So my apologies in advance. I have lost the contact, so please bear with me. That's okay. Fellow councillors, I stand before you here today not just as a candidate for Deputy Mayor, but as someone who is deeply committed to the success of this council, this community, and each of you sitting here beside me. We all know leadership isn't about titles or recognition. It's about responsibility, trust, and having the courage to step forward regardless of the challenges and obstacles before you. Over the last 6 years, I've worked alongside you to tackle challenges, celebrate wins, and listen to the voices of our residents. Together, we have overcome many challenges, and together we'll face many more. I would love to see the role of Deputy Mayor change each 2 years to allow all us as fellow councillors the opportunity to experience the role and take on additional leadership responsibilities. I'm proud of the strength and the resilience we've shown as a council, and I also know that in times of challenge, leadership must be steady, composed, and compassionate. I promise to bring those qualities to this role if elected, and I'll be a Deputy Mayor who supports our Mayor, empowers my fellow councillors, and ensures that together we make decisions that are truly important and improving the lives of those in our community. My leadership style is built on one simple belief: that good leadership means lifting others up. It means making the tough calls with integrity, standing firm when the road is uncertain, and ensuring every voice at this table is heard and valued. If elected Deputy Mayor, my focus will be on unity, action, and accountability. Unity, because divided councils achieve little. Action, because our community deserves more than words, they deserve progress. and accountability, because that is earned every single day by what we do, not just by what we say. Let's show our community that this council leads with heart and purpose and with strength. Together, we can build something lasting and something that people will look to with pride and confidence. I have the extensive experience to do this job. I have the qualifications to do this job, and I have the passion, confidence and time to do this job. And I hope I have your support to do this job also. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Winner. Councillor Della.
Thank you and good evening, and welcome back to our returning councillors, and a very, very warm welcome to our new councillors in Councillor Walker-Dunstan and Councillor House. Welcome to the table. I'd also like to pay my respects to the work done by Councillor Brownlee and Councillor Turner in their term as councillors and not successful at this election. I'd like to obviously congratulate everyone who was elected around the table, and it's a privilege to serve our community, and I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. When I was first elected in 2021, one of my strongest motivations was to see more diversity and gender representation around this table, and we're still achieving that today. So thank you to everyone who's putting their hand up. We are moving forward and we are getting that diversity and gender representation at this table. We have a lot to offer. We have a different perspective and lived experience. And what drove me in 2021 still drives me today. As Deputy Mayor, I've worked hard to bring balance, creating a calm, empathetic environment while keeping professionalism and integrity at the centre of everything that I do. I make every decision with integrity, and I discuss every fellow councillor and every decision with integrity as well. So with more than 20 years experience in a small business as an operator, I also bring that lived experience to this table, understanding what it means to face challenges on the ground, face to face with people, day in, day out. To make the tough calls, manage people and stay connected to our community every single day that I wake up and step foot in my small business on Hannon Street. That experience keeps me very well grounded and very much front-facing within our community, and it helps me see local government not from a distance, but through the lens of the people and the other small businesses we serve. I've managed to build a business that provides me the capacity to work and to fulfil my obligations as a councillor and a deputy mayor. So I have that work-life balance, and I have the capacity to support the mayor at the drop of a hat. So I'd like the opportunity to continue supporting fellow councillors and the mayor in that capacity. Over the past 2 years, I've seen how far we've come together, rebuilding trust at all levels of government. We've worked hard at restoring confidence and strengthening our city's reputation, both here, state and federally. We've delivered real outcomes that make a difference. Our All Abilities Footpath program, the Run to Ride network and the Roads Renewal program are just a few. These have helped address some of the biggest community frustrations when I first was elected on council. Potholes. We still hear it every day, but they were a bane back then, and I'm pleased to say that people stop me in the street and congratulate us on the work that we're doing. We've lifted the look and the feel of our city through tree planting and roundabout beautification. We're partnering with big business to keep improving local amenity. Our advocacy in Canberra has achieved meaningful results, better security, safer streets and stronger government partnerships that directly improve our city's livability, not just now but into the future. We've also worked openly and responsibly through legacy issues. There's been a few, but both essential for rebuilding that trust with our residents in our city. And I'm proud to say that as a front-facing councillor and a previous deputy mayor, I've enjoyed the challenges and really stood strong with what we need to achieve moving forward. I'm proud of the cohesion of our council over the past 2 years and the professionalism that we have brought as a collective. Together, we have shown that collaboration, mutual respect and shared purpose can achieve great things and great outcomes for our city. To all the candidates around the table, thank you for stepping up. Without you, we don't have a team and we cannot work further collaboratively. I would now like to ask all of you for support for me to continue in the role as Deputy Mayor for another 2 years, so we can build on the progress that we have already put in good place and keep delivering for the people of Kalgoorlie-Boulder. So thank you and best of luck to our fellow nominees.
Thank you, Councillor Della. Councillor House. You just stand up, please, Councillor House.
I'll sit. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sorry, under standing orders, you are required to stand.
If there's a bylaw that makes me stand whilst I speak and I have a disability, I don't think that would be a very smart policy, Mr. Mayor. So if you don't mind, I'd like to sit. Thank you.
Councillor House, I was not aware of that particular point.
Because I would be very offended if I was disabled and I couldn't stand and you were going to make me stand. I think that would be inappropriate.
Mr. House, if you'd like to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for raising my blood pressure unnecessarily. I don't think standing up is going to add any dimension to my speech. Not one iota. Will standing up help this community? Standing on my feet and speaking is not going to help, Glenn. Mr. Mayor, what's going to help is listening to the people who have told us what to do. We don't decide, they decide. We fulfill what they want for us to do. And I've had a clear understanding in our community for a long time. It's been a long-standing position that FIFO is not cool. We don't support FIFO. We haven't supported FIFO. Yet, we see FIFO popping up everywhere. And I don't understand why that's happening, because there has not been any community decision, as far as I'm aware, that says, we're cool with this now. Council, go ahead, do this. In fact, they said the opposite. The opposite to that. We had the policies in place to put ourselves in the best position possible, and we ignored them. This community deserves the best shot that they can have. I put my hat in this ring thinking that I wouldn't get one vote. I got 644. I got the most votes. I didn't put out one call flute sign. The people, not one run on the board. I can't give you any credentials other than I worked in council for 10 years and I've lived in this community for 13. If they're my credentials, well, take them or leave them. But know that I told the community why I'm running and they listened. They heard. I listened to them. And I think it would be wise of this community, this committee, to show that community that you've listened. That you've taken the person that they've picked to stand up and say, FIFO's not cool. I don't want FIFO in our community. Back me, and I'll do everything in my power to stop that from happening. Nobody, besides Vanessa, can say that. Nobody around this table can say that, honestly, hand on heart, except for Terence Winner. Except for Terence Winner. He stood up. So, if you don't back me, back that fella. Because when nobody else did, he still did. I respect that. So, if I lost to him, I'd be happy. But also in saying that Kirsty's done a great job over the years, and she is as deservingly of that job as well. But the reason why I want that job is so that I can actually steer this ship in the right direction. And when I say steer this ship in the right direction, I mean that the council represents the community, the city works for us. We're the boss. We tell the city how to operate. The city doesn't tell us how to operate. We make decisions because we live here. Our kids will live here for the next 20, 25, 30 years. So it's really important when we make decisions about our community, we think about that. And if you're invested in the community, you'll make a different decision regarding certain matters. So that's why you trust this mob around this table. They live here. They own businesses here. They own houses here. They've got kids growing up here. And if you have to upset the state government and say no, say no. I'll say no. And if I sit in that seat, I'll say no even louder. Unity, I know that's a perfect word, right? It's not unity around the table, around a democratic table, isn't a good thing. We've all got ideas, different opinions. The unity is we all live in this community and we're all driving for the same outcome, for a good town to live in, for good jobs, for our kids to have jobs in the future. That's what we're driving for. Put me in the driver's seat next to you, Glenn, and I'll help you get there, mate. Because as I see it, and I'm not going to speak on behalf of you, sir, but your job is our spokesperson. You're our representative. We sit around this table, we come up with ideas and cool stuff to do based on what the community is telling us. You go out there and sell it for us. You don't decide. The CEO doesn't decide. And my value, my contribution will be ensuring that there is a clear separation of those powers and that we understand around this table our responsibility is first and foremost the community, not the state government. Not the state government. And if you're shy and you're worried about upsetting apple carts, put me in that chair. I'll upset apple carts all day long. Probably could have finished on a better note than that one, but that'll do me. Thank you. Please vote for me.
Thank you, Councillor House. And just FYI, when we're around the table, please refer to fellow councillors through and staff through their official titles as well. Thank you. We do have 3 nominations. As mentioned, councillors, you've heard from all 3 this evening. You have a ballot paper in front of you. You are required to write the name of your preferred candidate with the number 1. You have your second preferred candidate as 2 and your third preferred candidate as 3. However, it is optional preferential voting. You don't have a piece of paper, Councillor Bodica? We can get you a piece of paper.
I haven't got a pen. Nah, that's all right.
There we go, Councillor Bodica. Everyone's got a paper? Everyone's got a pen? Thank you, councillors. Please cast your votes. Thank you, Mr. CEO. We will adjourn the special council meeting. May I have a mover of the adjournment? I will go with Councillor Johnson and seconded by Councillor Bodica. Those against the adjournment? No, we will adjourn for a period of conducting the election. Any opposition, I should say? No? Council will resume our special council meeting at 6:53 p.m. Did you also get the adjournment and the adjournment time, folks? Excellent, thank you, I missed that. I would like to declare the role of Deputy Mayor to be filled by, sorry, Mr. CEO, to be filled by Councillor Terence Winner. Second place, Councillor Della, and third place, Councillor House. Councillor Winner, if you'd like to come forward, please.
Just my name? Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Do I need to write it as well?
Oh, actually, we will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Excellent, mate. Thank you. You just have to read it out.
I, Terence Winner, of 19 McLeary Street, Kalgoorlie-Boulder, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor of the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability. And I will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995, declared at the Kalgoorlie Town Hall on the 20th of October 2025.
Congratulations, Deputy Mayor. Have a seat.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to say a couple of words. I'd like to start by thanking my fellow councillors for their support and their trust to allow me to take on this position. I'm under no illusion about the challenges ahead of us, and I'd like to commend Councillor Della for a wonderful job over the last 2 years and working us to this point. I'm very excited to be in this position and have the opportunity to work more closely with you all and with the Mayor, and to really see us get a lot of those projects that we really wanted to get completed. I'm very fortunate over the last 6 years in particular that I've been in positions and opportunities where I've managed to work very closely with the federal and state government on a number of different issues. So I'm very keen and confident that we as a community and as a collective will be able to really get the outcomes that our community demands and needs and put pressure on all levels of government to support us to achieve that. So thank you all, and I look forward to our journey ahead.
And there being no further business as part of our special council meeting tonight, I congratulate Councillor Terence Winner as Deputy Mayor, and I'll close tonight's meeting at 6:57 p.m. We'll have a 3-minute break before we commence our agenda briefing for the 20th of October. Thank you.